Almost a year ago, the PlayStation 5 was officially revealed at a Sony event. And what was the first game that we got to see to usher us into this exciting new console generation? A little game from 2013 by the name of Grand Theft Auto 5. This was surprising, to say the least. Disappointing to a lot of people too, especially when that Rockstar logo pops up and you're like, whoa, what's this for? And then it's nothing but a compilation of footage from the PS3 and PS4 versions, including footage from the game's first trailer dating back to 2011. The whole thing was kind of puzzling. It's like if the PS5 version wasn't anywhere near ready to be shown off to the public, but Sony needed a strong lead for the PS5 show, so they threw a trailer together with old footage and announced it anyway. At the time, we were all pretty pissed about it, because would you rather have a new version of the same game you've been playing for 8 years? Or would you rather just have a new game already? What exactly are they going to be doing with the next-gen version of the game? When you look at how long it's been since they announced this and we still have no images or footage of it, and how they're specifically referring to this version as being expanded and enhanced, I don't know why, but I almost feel like this is meant to be a bit more of a substantial update or upgrade than the last time this game was re-released for a new console generation. They have to have something to sell this game to you again, don't they? Or am I just grasping at straws here because I want to think they'd do something different? I don't know. But they have to change something, obviously. For starters, one thing that I'm pretty much expecting is for the game to now be like the PC version but on consoles. 60 frames per second, maxed out visuals, that sort of stuff. And for a while, this is honestly all I thought the game was going to be like. I still wouldn't be surprised if this is what it turns out to be too, but I wonder when development of this version even began. If it's been in development for a long time, then maybe there could be some big changes? One of the rumors that I've been seeing lately is that the game may end up running on the same version of Rage as Red Dead Redemption 2. Data miner Tez2 posted about this a few months ago, although he did state that this could just have something to do with an updated user interface. And before I go on about Red Dead 2, let me just say this. The UI could definitely use an update, especially for GTA Online. The UI is pretty cumbersome when you have 3 menus that you have to deal with. But if GTA 5 on the next-gen consoles is going to utilize Red Dead 2's version of Rage, this would probably end up making the game feel pretty different from the original version if that's the case. Just think about the weather effects and other improvements that Red Dead 2 had over GTA 5. Visually, it blew GTA out of the water. The lighting, the volumetric clouds. Oh look, you can crouch! And would there be physics improvements? Personally, I'd hope so. GTA 5's were in some ways an improvement over GTA 4's. Some of the on-foot controls and movements felt less clunky than GTA 4, but they were still a little slow. But still, it was better. Driving was obviously much different. Vehicle damage is definitely something that can be improved. To go from how it looked in GTA 4 to GTA 5, I don't know why, but something about it in GTA 5 just didn't feel right. It feels almost downgraded a little, like it's not as easy to damage cars. Fenders come off easily, and I think the wheels can come off too, but when you keep on getting into head-on collisions, visually it doesn't screw the car up as much. If they could bring something like GTA 4's vehicle damage back for this new version of GTA 5 and improve it somehow, that would be a welcome change. Also, the euphoria physics themselves in 5 looked and felt off. Once again, I don't know what they did or why they did it, but it just doesn't feel right compared to GTA 4. Although being able to throw yourself into things and watch the guy flop over is pretty funny. You know what else didn't feel right? How weak people are. That guy died from me bumping into him. Some people also apparently have vital organs in their feet. Then you go to Red Dead 2 and it felt a little bit more like GTA 4 in that regard. So if stuff like this could be brought into GTA 5 for the new version, this would definitely be an improvement. Now you might be asking, why bother fixing all this stuff in a game that's this old? Why don't they just focus all their time and effort and money into GTA 6? Well, for one, there's nothing that says that this is going to take away from GTA 6. I know that Rockstar now have all their studios working on major projects as part of a combined Rockstar Studios effort, but this doesn't mean that every studio all has to be working on the same game. You could have one or even just a specific team at one that could be working on this. And the second reason why they're still bringing back GTA 5 is because GTA Online exists. Like it or not, it is a behemoth. It is making Rockstar so much more money than they've made on pretty much anything they've done. Remember, they're a major company. Their goal is to make money. Why cut off one of their biggest sources of income just because you don't like it or because the next generation of consoles are coming? They're not going to do that. GTA remains one of the most played games on all platforms to this day. But with the PS4 and Xbox One generation wrapping up now that the new consoles are out, eventually console gamers will move on to the next generation, and if GTA Online doesn't move with them, it's going to be left behind. So for a lot of people, it might be really easy to think that all they're doing is just trying to milk the cash cow for another few years, until GTA 6 is ready and presumably everyone starts at a clean slate of rank 0 with the next iteration of GTA Online that comes with it. But before I do that thing where I ask you what you think, and then I thank you for watching, and then the outro plays, I'll tell you that Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick brought up remasters at a conference last month. He said, "We don't just port titles over. We actually take the time to do the very best job we can making the title different for the new release, for the new technology that we're launching it on. I'm confident that Rockstar is going to deliver just a great experience, but you can't do that if you're just doing a simple port." You see, now this makes me really curious to see what the next version of GTA 5 is going to be like. And 5 wasn't even my favorite one in the franchise. There's things about it that I don't like. But if they're really taking the time to improve on the game and make the overall experience better, then I can't fault that. But until they announce something and show off what the PS5 and Series X versions are going to be like, then we really have no clue what they're doing. So what better things do we have to do besides guess what we think is going to be in it, right? So what do you think the expanded and enhanced versions of GTA 5 will be like? Do you think they're going to make major changes, engine upgrades, that sort of stuff? Or do you think they're just going to be the PC version with maxed out settings but on consoles finally? And maybe with online vehicles and weapons added to single player? Let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching.